Where water breathes into land, a kingdom of roots holds its own tide. In these shifting flats live creatures that blur the very line between fish and landwalker. Meet the mudskipper, a small fish with audacious habits. This is the story of survival on the edge. In the liminal space where land meets sea, a unique world thrives. These are the mangroves, guardians of the coastline. More than just a forest, they are a dynamic living barrier, a nursery for countless species, and a critical life support system for the planet. Their dense interlocking roots act as a natural fortress, absorbing the relentless energy of ocean waves, protecting coastal communities from the full force of storms, and preventing the erosion that would otherwise wash the land away. Life here is dictated by the rhythm of the ocean. Twice each day, the tide writes a new map upon the landscape, first submerging this world in salt water, then retreating to expose a sprawling territory of mud. Every creature that calls this place home must learn to read the tidal charts, for survival depends on understanding this constant dramatic transformation. For some, the rising water brings food and safety. For others, the exposed mud is a hunting ground, a fresh slate teeming with opportunity. But this is a world of extremes. The constant flux between salt and fresh water, the oxygen-poor mud, the intense tropical sun. It all combines to create a harsh and demanding classroom. To live here is to be a master of adaptation. Plants have evolved ways to excrete salt and breathe through mud. Animals have developed strategies to navigate both aquatic and terrestrial realms. It is a testament to the power of evolution, a showcase of life's ingenuity in the face of immense challenge. And among the tangled roots and glistening mud, a handful of remarkable species have not just adapted, they have rewritten the rules of existence. This is the mudskipper, a fish that walks on land, breathes air, and thrives in the space between worlds. To understand this curious creature is to unlock one of the mangrove's most fascinating and improbable stories of survival. In the liminal space where land and sea blur into one, a remarkable creature has mastered both realms. This is the world of the mudskipper, a small amphibious fish that has boldly stepped out of the water and onto the mudflats. Belonging to the goby family, these evolutionary marvels have developed a suite of extraordinary adaptations that allow them to thrive in the challenging, ever-changing environment of mangrove swamps and intertidal zones. They are a living testament to nature's ingenuity, a fish that breathes air, walks on land, and sees the world through periscopic eyes. The term mudskipper encompasses several genera, each a unique variation on a common theme. From the bulbous-eyed periophthalmus, found across the Indo-Pacific, to the stocky, algae-grazing boleophthalmus of Southeast Asia, their forms vary considerably. Each shape, each size, is a finely tuned solution to the specific problems posed by its mangrove home. Some are agile hunters, others are diligent grazers, but all share the fundamental traits that make them true amphibians of the fish world. To navigate this semi-terrestrial world, they've abandoned conventional swimming for something far more versatile. Using strong, jointed pectoral fins as crude crutches and a muscular body for propulsion, they hop, skip, and walk across the glistening mud flats. This characteristic gait, a series of pushes, pulls, and energetic flops, is surprisingly efficient, allowing them to cover ground quickly, whether chasing prey, escaping danger, or simply finding a better sunning spot. They must also keep their skin moist to aid in breathing, often taking breaks to roll in puddles or dip back into the water. Perhaps their most iconic feature is their eyes. Positioned high on top of the head, they function like a pair of independently swiveling binoculars mounted on stalks. This gives the mudskipper a panoramic, periscopic view of its surroundings, crucial for survival in a flat, exposed landscape. This wide field of view allows them to simultaneously watch for aerial predators like birds and terrestrial threats like crabs, all while scanning the mud for their next meal of small invertebrates and algae.
They're more than just fascinating creatures, they're critical bioengineers. By constantly creating and maintaining their burrows, they are actively turning over and aerating the soil. This bioturbation is vital. It brings oxygen into dense, anoxic mud, which benefits the mangrove roots and the entire microbial community. They are a key link in the food web, connecting the primary production of algae to higher-level predators. In essence, their burrows aren't just homes. They are bustling micro-ecosystems that enhance the health of the entire mangrove.
These subterranean tunnels are architectural marvels, often featuring a Y-shape with multiple chambers. They serve to regulate temperature and maintain high humidity, creating a vital refuge from the baking sun and from predators during high tide. But they are also much more. The male diligently guards the burrow, which often becomes a nursery, where he carefully tends to the eggs, ensuring they have the right balance of air and moisture until they hatch. The mudskipper is a masterclass in evolutionary adaptation, a living bridge between two worlds. To thrive where water meets land, it has developed a remarkable suite of anatomical and behavioral tricks. These fish can breathe air, walk across the mudflats, and uniquely tolerate dramatic shifts between salt and fresh water. This suite of survival tools allows them to exploit a challenging, yet resource-rich environment that few other species can endure. Let's delve into the specialized anatomy that makes this amphibious lifestyle possible. The secret to their terrestrial excursions lies in how they manage oxygen. Unlike most fish, mudskippers have evolved a multi-pronged respiratory system. They possess enlarged gill chambers, which they fill with water before coming ashore, acting like miniature scuba tanks. But this is only part of the solution. Their skin and the lining of their mouth and throat are densely packed with capillaries, allowing them to absorb oxygen directly from the atmosphere, a process known as cutaneous respiration. This entire system functions like a living wetsuit, trapping a thin film of moisture against the body to facilitate gas exchange and prevent dehydration under the tropical sun. Their movement on land is equally specialized. The pectoral fins, which in a typical goby are used for steering in water, have been radically repurposed. They are mounted on robust muscular lobes that can rotate and push with surprising force. By planting these modified fins and heaving their body forward, they crutch across the mud. This isn't just clumsy flopping. It's a controlled, efficient form of locomotion, allowing them to navigate complex terrain and even climb. Their fused pelvic fins provide a stable base, propping the body up and completing the transformation of fins into functional limbs. This anatomy supports a versatile, opportunistic feeding strategy. Their broad, downturned mouths are perfectly shaped for grazing on the rich layers of algae and diatoms covering the mud. Yet, they are also formidable predators. With a sudden snap of their powerful jaws, they can capture small crustaceans, worms, and insects. This flexibility makes them omnivores in the truest sense, able to switch between grazing and hunting based on what the tide provides. When stranded by a receding tide, mudskippers become masters of energy conservation. They actively modulate their oxygen intake, relying on their stored water and air-breathing capabilities. If conditions become too dry or hot, they can dramatically slow their metabolism, entering a state of near dormancy to wait for the life-giving water to return. This ability to hold their breath, both in and out of water, is a critical key to their survival. Beyond locomotion, their fins double as social flags, crucial for communication in a world of silent gestures. As dusk settles, they retreat to the safety of their burrows, a temporary armistice in their constant negotiation with the tides. Each anatomical feature is a chapter in a story of resilience, a testament to life's incredible power to find a way. Life here is a patchwork of feeding zones, competitors and opportunists. They are meticulous grazers, and sometimes predators. Territories are defended with ritualized aggression, little battles for big stakes, space and mates.
Social life balances cooperation and competition. Interview, behavioral ecologist. On Location 1020 Soundbite.
The mudskipper is both hunter and prey, part of a larger web. Night brings new hunters. The burrow is sanctuary and trap. Reproduction is a dance of displays, burrows, and careful timing. Males often guard nests within burrows, where eggs develop in a humid, oxygen-rich pocket. Embryos develop in a bubble of air, hatching into tiny, fully formed juveniles that must quickly adapt. Only a fraction survive, each season a test of chances.
For coastal communities, mudskippers are part of a daily rhythm and a living calendar.
Beyond their curious looks, mudskippers shape the very soil they live on. Their digging helps microbes, root respiration, and nutrient cycling. Mangrove ecologist, soundbite. By burrowing, they pump oxygen into the sediment, improving root respiration and boosting nutrient cycling around mangrove roots. They connect primary production to higher consumers. Where mudskippers flourish, biodiversity often follows. But the mangrove world is shrinking, cut for shrimp ponds, ports, and urban sprawl. Pollution, habitat loss, and altered tidal flows imperil mudskippers.
Interview, community leader. Over the years, we've seen fewer fish and fewer mudskippers. The tides aren't the same anymore. VO. For communities, change is personal.
Sea level rise and extreme storms rewrite shorelines faster than species can adapt. The small lives take the first blows. There is reason to hope. Restoration and local stewardship can revive these coasts. Community-led restoration, protection of nursery areas, and pollution controls can give mudskippers and people a fighting chance. Protecting mangroves protects a world of life. Tiny, tenacious, and often overlooked, the mudskipper is a symbol of living on the edge. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and share to support mangrove conservation. Visit mangrovealliance.org to learn more.